Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something truly mind-blowing, the science of how you can literally, physically change your mind.
For the longest time, we kind of thought our brains were, well, fixed. That once you hit adulthood, that's it. Your personality, your smarts, your whole destiny was basically locked in by your genes and your past. But what if that whole idea was just wrong?
Because the latest neuroscience is showing us something incredible, a really powerful truth. Your brain isn't fixed at all. Nope. It's constantly changing, physically rewiring itself with every single thought you have, every action you take.
And this amazing ability? It has a name: neuroplasticity. You might have heard that old saying, neurons that fire together wire together. Well, this is the science behind it. It's pretty much the holy grail of personal growth, proving you have way more control over who you become than you probably ever imagined.
Okay, so how does this whole rewiring thing actually work? Let's pop the hood and get into the engine room of this whole process. Scientists call it the neural activity feedback loop. It's a really simple but crazy powerful four-step cycle. First, you have an input. That's a thought or a feeling. Then your brain starts rewiring itself, creating or strengthening a neural pathway. After that, you get feedback. Your brain feeds that feeling right back to you, only now it's a little bit stronger. And then, you guessed it, you repeat the whole thing, making that mental program stronger and stronger each time.
Let's make this real with an example. Meet Mark. He woke up just knowing it was going to be a bad day. See, that wasn't just a mood. His brain took that thought, ran with it, started digging up old memories of failure to prove he was right, and basically reinforced his lack of confidence. So, of course, his prophecy came true. He didn't fail because of bad luck. He failed because his brain was running the failure program he handed it that morning.
Here's a cool way to think about it. Your thoughts are basically coloring your brain. Positive, healthy thoughts, they paint it gold. But those negative, self-doubting ones, they turn it gray. And over time, your brain just defaults to its dominant color. So, it's a pretty important question to ask yourself. What color is your brain most of the time?
So this feedback loop is running all the time, creating this incredibly powerful system inside your head. Which brings up a huge question. If this thing is always on, who's actually in control?
Well, you might be surprised by the answer. For most of us, most of the time, it's your brain on autopilot. Think of it as your silent controller. It's this powerful background process built from all your past programming, every belief, every habit, every attitude you've ever wired into your brain. And just how powerful is this silent controller? Get this. Researchers estimate that over 90% of your daily decisions are made by this autopilot. We're talking everything from what you grab for breakfast to how you react in a stressful meeting. Most of the time, the silent controller is at the wheel.
And this right here, this explains why we so often feel stuck or why we act in ways we wish we didn't. We think we're making these conscious, in-the-moment choices, but a lot of the time, we're just playing out old, outdated, and often negative programs from our past.
But, and this is a big but, here is the really good news. You are not stuck with those old programs, not at all. You can absolutely take the controls back. So let's crack open the user manual for your brain and see how to do it.
The amazing thing is, the science of neuroplasticity gives us a super clear roadmap. If you want to intentionally build new neural pathways, basically to build a new you, it really just boils down to 3 essential tools.
Okay, tool number 1, you need clear intention. Your brain needs a super detailed, focused picture of your goal. Second, you need powerful emotion. Feelings. They're like the chemical fuel that really gets the programming started in the brain. And number 3, you need constant, and I mean relentless, repetition.
And out of those 3, let's be super clear. Repetition is the undisputed champion. It's the secret sauce to making lasting change. It's literally what builds new superhighways in your brain. Every single time you repeat a thought or an action, that neural pathway gets stronger, gets faster, and it becomes more dominant. Okay, so we have the toolkit: intention, emotion, repetition. How do we actually use it in our day-to-day lives? Well, the master key, the most direct programming tool you have at your disposal, is your self-talk.
Now, here's the crucial thing you have to get about this. Your brain, your programmer, doesn't really judge if an input is true or false, or good or bad. It just accepts the code you write for it. It's that simple. So just switching up your internal monologue from that old negative program to a new positive one can create a completely different reality for your brain to work with.
And that's why this is so powerful. Think of it like a vote inside your head. By consciously choosing and then repeating that positive self-talk, You make sure that your new, desired programs become the strongest ones. And eventually, they just get more votes than the old programs, and they win. It's a numbers game.
So when you boil it all down, the ultimate takeaway is this. You are not defined by your past. You are not defined by your genes. Science has now confirmed that you are the architect of your own mind. You are the programmer of your own brain.
This discovery, it gives you the ultimate power of choice. It puts the keyboard, the blueprints, all the tools right into your hands. So really, the only question left to ask is, what are you going to build next?
And that is the incredible power of neuroplasticity. It takes this famous philosophical idea and turns it into a personal, scientific, and honestly, a profound call to action for every single one of us. You think, therefore you can change. Thanks so much for joining The Explainer.